Hey guys, so I wanted to do another example that is out of the homework. And so this problem is square root of 7 minus 7 divided by the square root of 17 minus 20. So what we're going to do is we see these two terms in the denominator. So we're going to multiply top and bottom by the conjugate. So the conjugate is going to be the opposite sign of the denominator. So square root of 17 plus 20. So all I did was I looked at that denominator, the sign was subtraction, and so the conjugate is going to be the same except addition. I'm now going to multiply the top and the bottom. And because I have binomials times binomials, I'm going to FOIL both the top and bottom. So I'm going to work off to the side. So here's the top, square root of 7 minus 7 times the square root of 17 plus 20. So I'm going to FOIL this. First, square root of 7 times the square root of 17. Outer, square root of 7 times 20. Inner, negative 7 times the square root of 17. And then last, negative 7 times 20. All right, so now I'm just going to go through and multiply. So this is that property that says the square root of 7 times the square root of 17 is the square root of 7 times 17, or the square root of 119. This middle part, the next one, I'm just going to rewrite as 20 square root 7. The next one, I'm going to rewrite as negative 7 square root 17. And then negative 7 times 20 is going to give me negative 140. Now with this, there are no radicals that I can combine. I do want to check this 119 and see if it simplifies with my factor tree. So two things that multiply to 119. Well, I know 7 and 17. And both of those are prime. So it doesn't simplify. And so that is going to be my whole numerator. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to write that on top. And so that's going to go on top. And then over the denominator multiplied out. And so I'm going to multiply the bottom. Square root of 17 minus 20 times the square root of 17 plus 20. So I'm going to FOIL this. First, square root of 17 times square root of 17. Outer, square root of 17 times 20. Inner, negative 20 times the square root of 17. And last, negative 20 times 20. All right, I'm going to simplify. The square root of 17 times the square root of 17 is 17. These two, I'm just going to rewrite 20 square root 17 and negative 20 square root 17. And then negative 20 times 20 is going to be negative 400. All right, now from there, I can simplify. So 20 square root 17 and negative 20 square root 17, those are going to cancel, completely cancel, go away altogether. And so I'll be left with 17 minus 400, which is going to give me negative 383. And so that's going to go in my denominator. And so I've got that, but just like one in the previous video, I don't want to write the negative on the bottom, so I'm going to just rewrite all of this down below. So here's what I had. Here's what I had. I want to take this negative sign and I want to write it up top. Well, that just means I'm going to distribute a negative to everything. So I'm going to change the whole sign of the numerators. So I'll have 383 on the bottom. except I'm going to go through and change the signs. And so that's going to be negative 119, negative 20 square root 7, positive 7 square root 17, and positive 40. And so my final answer will be negative square root 119 minus 20 square root 7 plus 7 square root 17 plus 140. It looks really nasty because nothing in the numerator simplifies, because I can't combine any of these like terms since none of the radicals match. And then of course 140 is just a number. You can't simplify. I can't cancel those two because that 140 is touching addition, and so that is my answer.